Previously on Fly with a Guy.
We're going to happy hour and we have plans to do some stuff later on this month. It's gonna get the job done every time. Get some pictures of friend. Hey guys. African necklace. I love this one. This one is new to me. Focusing on decimal operations with decimal place value, comparing and ordering decimals, and then we'll move into actual decimal operations. That is the plan. That is the goal. Start at the ones place, power of 10, the tenths, hundreds,
thousands,
10,000. Hey freaking flyers, welcome back to another day of Vlogtober. I did my tutoring session, so I'm done teaching for the week. I do go to work tomorrow, so today I'm going to unpack this bag that has been sitting here for 3 days. I'm not meal prepping, I'm just not gonna do it. Let me tell y'all how they tried to play me, because I made this Amazon order because I live hood adjacent. I don't have my packages shipped to the house. I have them sent to Amazon Locker down the street. I got the notification when the package was out for delivery. Not in a rush, but I do go to work tomorrow and I wanted this stuff. Y'all, why did I just randomly go check the status of my order and it was delivery unsuccessful? Will deliver the next day. What? How is the delivery unsuccessful to the Amazon Locker? Did it burn down? So then I hopped on a chat with Amazon because I was like, the order's not gonna get here tomorrow. They can tell me the time frame, I'll go pick it up. If it's gonna come after the time that I leave, then I need to put in an extension with them. If you didn't know, when you send your stuff to a locker, you have a certain amount of time to pick it up before they will come pick it up and take it back. That has happened to me. That's how I know. So I'm chatting. They was taking forever. Y'all, I fell asleep. I fell asleep, man. Fell asleep for 2 whole hours. And I woke back up. Your package has been delivered. It's ready for pickup. Let's go get our package. So, made it back to the house. I got the goods. It's 3 items, and I'm so happy they put it all in one box. Quick haul, because this is actually a flight attendant haul. You all know I've been having issues with this camera. I'm on my camera right now. Ordered a new battery. And this is a chargeable battery. 2 of them. So, I think the battery was the issue that I'm having since I dropped it. If not, I really will have to get a new camera, and I'm not looking forward to that expense. Why is this box so big? I wasn't expecting these to be this big. These are huge. I think these might be too big. Okay, the second thing I ordered me a pair of heat-resistant gloves. We have multiple pairs of galley gloves. However, those are shared, and there's just something about using the gloves behind other people that I'm just not a fan of. I like these. And lastly, I had to re-up on my wipes. If you've been following me for a while, even pre-Panasonic, I always travel with disinfectant wipes for packs of 80, so 320. I love these. I use them in the galley. I use them on my layovers. I use them at the crash pad. I use them wherever. My coworkers love it because I just stick the pack in the galley, open, free. Yes, anybody who needs to use a wipe, use a wipe.
I will go ahead and add that yes, the airline does provide sanitizing wipes, but they're like the individual package of the single-use ones, and I just kind of like my big pack better.
The 1 pack will last me, I will say, a month and a half. Enough of me yapping. Let's get into the actual topic of conversation tonight. From now, the middle of October through the end of October, it's straight Halloween. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite Halloween and spooky season movies. Since I was a little kid, one of my favorite things to do has been to consume media. Watch TV, listen to music, watch movies. Love movies. I love going to the movies. I love watching movies at home. We love the movies over here. To put it into perspective though, you need to remember that I was born in 1991. And that is going to make sense and why that is relevant in just a little bit. There's 2 categories of movies that I feel like I need to share with you all today. Feel good, Halloween themed or spooky themed movies. And then the second category of movies are movies that scared the out of me. These are movies that I feel like I was traumatized probably by the first time that I watched them because I was probably too young. First up, OG list movie on the list, Hocus Pocus. I think it came out in 1993. Kathy Najimy, Bette Midler, and Sarah Jessica Parker as the Sanderson sisters. Do no wrong in my book. Hocus Pocus is the perfect combination of this could be scary, but it's not, and it's more just comedy. I love that movie. I need to wash my apron. Oh, look at that. I'm scared to show y'all. She's a little nasty. The next one is The Witches. Now, that came out, I want to say 1990. That little boy and his grandma staying at that posh hotel that happens to be inhabited at the same time as a conference. Oh my gosh, what was the code name for the conference? I have got to look this up because it tickled me so much when I was younger. When they were in that ballroom and she told them ladies to remove your wigs and they all took their true form, frightening. I was tore up as a kid. That scene right there took me out. But it was a funny movie. The next up on my list, The Addams Family. It's just classic. It's not even scary. It's not even spooky. It's just eerie good. Like, growing up, I feel like I watched The Addams Family like all the time. The variations from it, and then the Wednesday, the series, like I loved that because it was kind of like instant nostalgia. Next on the list, Edward Scissorhands. It's another one, not very scary, but oh my gosh, if the plot doesn't just like soak you up, I absolutely loved that movie growing up. I don't know, I guess I consider myself the quirky kid too, and he was like super quirky. Super quirky. Every time I would watch Edward Scissorhands, I would kind of just like be rooting for him to win. Like, who wasn't rooting for this man to win? Like, the whole time. And it was also considered a comedy too, so I mean, respect. Let's talk about Ghostbusters, because I feel like you could not have been a kid of the 90s and not enjoy Ghostbusters. There was something so feel good, and I'm talking about the 80s version. It came in like in 84. But I'm gonna put it on the screen for sure. But Ghostbusters, another one, didn't really scare me as much as it was just like feel good and kind of spooky. But like, not feel good and spooky like in the way of like Casper, because you can completely miss me with that movie. But I don't know, I really loved Ghostbusters. Like, Ghostbusters is just like, that's like the movie for me. Along with Ghostbusters, another movie that I love, Scary Movie. This is later in the timeline of movies that I've been talking about because the first one came out around 2000 or 2001. Like, I love the whole franchise, but the first one, iconic. Like, so iconic. Which, in order to talk about Scary Movie, you have to acknowledge Scream, because Scream was like referenced so much in Scary Movie, and it took so many references from there. But Scream was another one. I enjoyed watching that. Probably shouldn't have been watching it as a kid because of the content matter, but I watched Scream and I enjoyed it. That whole like caller bit, like, oh, there's a killer in the house. Like, I just found it humorous, and I absolutely loved Scream and Scary Movie. They go hand in hand for me. Welcome to the closet, if you've never been. We are now going to transition to the movies that scared me. So, the reason why I mentioned I was born in 91 was because a lot of the movies that I'm going to say completely terrified me were movies that came out between the time that I was like too young to be watching them and around like 9 or 10 years old. And around the like 2001, once I kind of hit 10, movies stopped being scary to me, and I just saw them as like horror films, and they were gory and stuff like that. But these films, I saw them too young, and they definitely traumatized me. Starting off with Leprechaun, especially Leprechaun in the Hood. Completely scared of that movie. Not now as an adult. I'm talking via my child self. That movie tore me up. I was frightened by Leprechaun. And the fact that he was so small and could do so much damage to them people, distraught. I could not get over how they let that man do all of that to them. Also on that list was Beetlejuice. Because who let me watch that movie when I did? I was way too young to watch Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was another one that took me out. Way too young to be watching Beetlejuice when I did. Slightly humorous, but still very, very scary. Because why are y'all saying it 3 times? You know you're not supposed to do that. The next two kind of go hand in hand, and that is Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I first saw the second one. The second one was the first one I saw. Again, too young to be watching that movie. Traumatized. But then I continued to watch them as, yeah, don't let your young kids watch A Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't let them watch Friday the 13th. Because what? Freddy versus Jason? I was much older for that. Let's stop. Because Freddy, scary. Because he came in your dreams. And you couldn't control that. Jason, not scary. Because this man is walking. How do you let him catch you every single time? I felt the same way about Jason that I felt about that leprechaun. Now, Chucky was another one, but that's a story time for another day, because I actually like Chucky as a villain. I didn't understand how stupid these people were. But Jason Voorhees was walking in a mask, in them overalls, and y'all let him catch up with y'all every single time? How? Make it make sense. The last 2 movies on the list, again, movies that completely frightened me. Both came out in 2001. The first one, 13 Ghosts, frightened me, I want to say, because it was very much like a psychological thriller, and at the time I just don't think I was mentally prepared to handle. It's getting cold outside, y'all, so I need socks with loafers and shit. 13 Ghosts frightened me, especially once you got to the part where they were in the house and they was going around, and one by one all the different sets of ghosts were releasing. Even the mama ghost, like, that is y'all mama, and she is frightening me. And she's supposed, oh I still remember how frightened I was. That was one of the movies that I was like watching between my feet. And then, top of the list for sure is Jeepers Creepers. I don't care what nobody says. That movie is frightening. I was 10 when that movie came out, and I will admit, that movie scared me. And I would rewatch it because it scared me. Like, that's how much of a scary movie enthusiast I am. Like, why are you rewatching the movie if the movie scares you? What sense does that make at all? But here I was, sitting there watching that movie like an idiot. The amount of times I've been driving down the road as a grown adult. When I drove from Virginia to Denver, when I first became a flight attendant, I took my car out there and I was driving through Kansas in the middle of the night in the pitch black. I thought, what if that Jeepers Creepers truck comes out behind me? What are you gonna do as a grown adult? That's how much of a scar that movie left on me. Let's pick a swimsuit. Let me take this one. Told y'all the pool was closed. The pool has been reopened. They're gonna keep it open, quote unquote. Alright, this part is done. One pair of jeans that I can dress up or dress down with either this button-up top or this knit top. We have swimming shorts, tank top, lounge shorts for the hotel, socks, underwear, t-shirt. I'm gonna be taking that pair of loafers, which means I need to replace shoe bag, toiletry bag, that's my blanket, in-flight stuff in this dust bag. So like my in-flight cardigan, my apron, now my heat-resistant glove. And then I always keep this pair of white shoes because look how flat they can fold down and then they still retain their shape. So those white Bobos being there. I always have a pair of sandals or flip-flops, shower shoes, and these can come out. Steve Madden loafers to replace with these Steve Madden loafers. Is that ash on my, oh, I need some lotion. All of the clothes fit into this one medium-sized packing cube. So that can go right there. Shoes. Under that is my travel umbrella and a lightweight rain jacket. Those always stay in the bag. Toiletry bag. I have my dust bag, but I'm washing my apron, so I gotta put that back in here, so I don't want to lay it flat. And my travel blanket. That's it. That's all for a 3-day trip. Oh, did I say that was the end of my list? I think it was about 12 different movies. Of course, I'm gonna ask you all to drop down in the comments and let me know what are some of your favorite Halloween or spooky themed, scary themed movies. Drop down below and let me know. We are going to the movies tonight to see the new Exorcist. I'll bring you all along for that too. Downtown at Brickell City Center.
I do have friends, you know.
I know you. Well, now we stuck on the inside.
If I don't close off the vlog, let me go ahead and do it now. I'm Brandon, I'm a guy who flies, and I will see you all tomorrow. No day goes by.